What is the crack, everyone? It's Ollie from B2B Sports here. In this episode, I'd just like to be a little bit of an informal catch-up roundup of the week. Any stories from the NFL that sort of come to my interest. I suppose the first thing I'd like to mention is the fact that I went to NFL UK this past weekend. I went to see the New England Patriots play the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium. It's the fourth time I've been to see an NFL game here in the UK. I went to see the Minnesota Vikings play the Steelers back in 2013. Then Twickenham for the Vikings Cleveland Browns. Then I went to the Tottenham Stadium to watch the Minnesota Vikings play the Saints, the infamous double doink game, and then most recently the Patriots versus the Jaguars. And I can't lie, I know the Tottenham Stadium is the brand new, the stadium, the in thing at the moment, but I prefer Wembley, man. Wembley, there's nothing beats Wembley. I think there was a record-breaking capacity of 86,000 at the game as well. It was just a good time, although it wasn't so much of a good time for the Patriots. They lost quite badly in the end. 32-16 was the final score after a promising start for the Patriots. We actually went because Sam, who you may know on this channel, is a massive Patriots fan. And yeah, it wasn't a good day for him. That franchise seems to be in a big transitional period right now. There's question marks over Jared Mayo, whether he's the right guy going forward. You've got Bill Belichick calling him out on Pat McAfee as well. I think they need to sort this situation out quickly, otherwise it could spiral out of control. I do believe in Drake May though. I think he's definitely the quarterback for them going forward. I really liked him in the draft. I'd actually hoped that the Minnesota Vikings were to pick him up somehow. But I think they just need to build around him now, and they need to get the right coaching staff around him, the right weapons around him, and they'll be good. But yeah, another big off-season for the Patriots this year. And for those of you that have been to any of the UK games, which is your preferred stadium? Wembley, Twickenham, or the new Tottenham Stadium? Off the field, Minnesota Vikings action now. Justin Jefferson of the Vikings and Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves have been doing the rounds after their epic recreation of the iconic photo of Randy Moss and Kevin Garnett. I mean, I have to be honest with you, I've only been a Vikings fan since 2012 and I've never really followed basketball or the Timberwolves, but this new photo is clean. It's piqued an interest of an entirely new generation. These two superstars have put Minnesota sports back on the map. Now we just need a championship, please, lads. Next up, I want to talk about a team that has gone slightly under the radar this season. You know, everyone's been talking about the Detroit Lions after their victory over the Minnesota Vikings. You know, the Chiefs are 6-0, but I want people to be talking about the Ravens a little bit more. They are unreal this year. King Henry is on an absolute mad one. No one can stop the bloke. That 81-yard run the other day was nuts. But I found this stat from Fox Sports, and I just can't quite believe it. Lamar Jackson is completely lights out against the NFC, 23-1. And if I'm mistaken, that one loss is to Daniel Jones and the Giants. I might have that wrong, but that is crazy. And then I saw this. Lamar Jackson, third on this list. Most games with 5 pass TDs and 0 interceptions in NFL history, behind Tom Brady and Drew Brees on 8. This is nuts, man. He's playing lights out. You know, he burst onto the scene with the use of his legs. Everyone was calling him a running back turned quarterback, but he can use his arm just as well as his legs, as he's proved this season. So the Ravens, I just wanted to shout them out. They're a very dangerous team in the AFC. It's all been Chiefs talk, that side of things, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Ravens in the Super Bowl this year. And finally, I want to talk about two teams that are literally in the bin right now. I never thought I'd say it, but the San Francisco 49ers are in trouble. Deebo Samuel is in hospital with pneumonia at the minute. Kittle has a sprained foot. Obviously, you've got the tendinitis with Christian McCaffrey. Whether he'll come back in the next few weeks, I have no idea. And then you had that horror injury with Brandon Ayuk, torn ACL and MCL. That tackle, that collision that he was involved with looked rough. It looked horrible. So the 49ers, the most balanced side in the NFL, are struggling right now. They're 3-4 so far on the season, and their chances at playoffs are slipping week by week. Another team that seems to be in the mud is the New York Jets. They made a big money move to get Aaron Rodgers a couple seasons back now. Obviously on the first couple of plays of last season, he tore his Achilles. But I found this interesting. The Jets' start to their season last season with Zach Wilson was 4-3. Their Jets' start to the 2024 season with Aaron Rodgers is 5-2. This franchise just seems a mess, and I have no idea why. Salah got the boot a few weeks back. They've just signed Devontae Adams. They've got one of the best cornerbacks in the league in Sauce Gardner. They've got a good wide receiving core as well. But just something doesn't seem to be clicking, and I have no idea why. This big, expensive experiment seems to be going horribly wrong in New York. And I would just find it hilarious if their Lord and Saviour in all of this is Bill Belichick. But that's a summary of all things that's been going around the league this week. Let us know your thoughts on any of the stories that interested you. Big week for the Vikings. Tomorrow they play the LA Rams in LA. Big week. We need to get back on that winning streak. But as always, thank you very much for watching and listening. Whack the like button. Give my channel a subscription. It really means the world to me. Peace out and SKOL Vikes.